Hi everybody, it's Damian Osborne here again. I'm a fine artist from Cape Town, South Africa, and welcome to part 2 of A Painting is Not Just a Picture. If you missed part 1, please check it out, you may enjoy it. Otherwise, enjoy this one. Why is art so vital? I spoke about the difficulties and travails of being an artist in the last post. Why then are there still so many people in this world who feel compelled to dedicate their lives to the muses? To suffer and triumph in the name of their art, driven ahead by their insatiable passion and assiduity. It seems kind of foolhardy. Why indeed do we devote so much time, money and effort to any pastime or avocation? The short answer, I suppose, is because it makes life worth living. An avocation is a personal calling. It's not something you can ignore easily. And the pursuit of excellence, whether it be through painting or through sports, playing a musical instrument, or just writing the best blog post possible, is always a spiritual endeavor. The pursuit of excellence is a personal aspiration that's not measured by how much money you have or how much people like you or not. It's a process of constant improvement, not an end result. And constantly pushing yourself to the next level. Art is the pursuit of excellence. It's also alive as a process. Art of high quality is timeless and never outlives its usefulness. And sometimes, just getting out a sketchbook and drawing for 5 minutes a day is all that matters. Not worrying about trying to make a great work of art, wondering if anyone will like it, or thinking about whether it will sell or make you famous. Getting down to just being creative is an incredibly powerful exercise with multiple personal, emotional, and mental benefits. Why does art exist? Art is also the earliest form of communication. It transcends time. Art exists because it is a language. It creates a homogenized culture, and culture and language are embedded in our genome. When we think back to the earliest prehistoric expressions of art, like cave paintings and clay figurines, it's evident that our species has been capable of abstract thought and symbolic art since the Paleolithic period. The oldest known drawing by a Homo sapiens 43,000 years ago was discovered in South Africa long before the Lascaux cave paintings. Representing what we see visually has always been important to us as humans, and cave paintings were the original urge of this expression. The earliest forms of writing were, of course, pictographs. Art has remained throughout our evolution. It is taking the time to observe things, to record things, and to communicate them. But art is more than just representing immediate things. It also goes beyond and conveys ideas, concepts, beliefs, memories, people, etc. Art has always been closely tied to religious expression, a calling out to the deities. Making art is about desire. It's spiritual in nature. It's a quest for meaning, and it emphasizes the meaning in the world we see around us. Art is a symbol of our humanity. It usually highlights a cultural, religious, or political point in time. Being able to express ourselves helped us to identify ourselves as different cultures. When people created cultures, they created something to represent themselves, and that flourished into artistic expression. Art will always have value because it unites us. Art is usually at the forefront of the advancement of culture, spurring fresh concepts, observations, and emotions, casting new light over a nation which results in self-knowledge and new identities. William Blake said, "When art declines, nations decay." Why you need art? Samuel Palmer was a contemporary of Blake's. He created bucolic pastoral scenes and wrote, "A picture has been said to be something between a thing and a thought." Anyway, let's continue a bit further with the art history timeline. A painting is not just an object. It's more than just oil paint on canvas. It's what occurs within us. It's an experience. Art gets people thinking about things bigger than themselves, and depending on the context, art can make you more positive because it directs your heart and eyes to the beauty of nature. God is nature and nature is beauty. Vincent van Gogh. Art is a spiritual journey. It transports us and it teaches us. Making art and collecting art is a prayerful spiritual practice. By putting love and thought into the work, it transforms us. It makes us more tender and more observant. Painting is visual poetry and is linked to the language of the visual life. It addresses the soul and is both inspired by and becomes the inspiration for a deeper life. As we are bombarded with social media and digital images every day, painting is a way to slow down and find refreshment. A painting is a still image, but the longer you look, the more it reveals. It can be open to different interpretations. It can be quite specific or ambiguous. Sometimes, though, it's better not to be tempted to over-explain things, and just to enjoy it for the wonder that it is. We want the artist to show us how to see the world and their artwork to suggest how to live in the world. That is a true value of art. Not just making pretty pictures, but informing us how to live an interesting and an observant life. Others see something in an artwork that may go beyond what the artist visualized or conceptualized. It takes on a life of its own. Art reflects others' stories, and it can become everyone's story. Not only does art solve the issue of having blank spaces and adds attractiveness or interest to a private or public space, it also creates topics of conversation and seed for thought. It may have the power to change or enhance people's perspectives. Usually a painting is a one-of-a-kind product, and the artist who produced this original product is him or herself a unique person. There is still an appreciation in these days of mass production and poor quality goods for fine things that are made by hand. And I think there always will be. It says something about the artist who created it, who imbues his or her essence into the artwork. And it also says something about the collector who buys it. When we walk into someone's home or office, we can tell a lot about their personality and their tastes by the art that is displayed on their walls. We can tell a lot about how they see the world and what consciously or subconsciously they may be trying to say as art collectors. So art is not mere decor. It has soul, which goes beyond intrinsic or financial value. It enriches people's inner lives. Besides this, well-made art will often last for generations, become an heirloom and usually appreciate in value. Financial, emotional, aesthetic, personal, and historic value. Art is for the future. It says something about us. A contemporary painting is a snapshot of our time. It's also a snapshot of the artist's mind and emotions at the time of creation. And as it continues to exist for many years into the future, so it begins to imbibe the history, stories, and memories of its surroundings and the people who own it. When someone from the future looks at this painting, they may be able to say, "Ah, so that's how they lived." Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. This is my new hat that I got from Portugal. My sister got this for me. I'm just showing her that I'm actually wearing it. Anyway, in the next video, I'll be working on this painting here, so stay tuned for that. If you haven't subscribed, please go for it. You know what to do. Cheerio.